What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's House of Cards. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And today we are going down the rabbit hole and asking Source, what messages do I need to help bring in more independence and my authentic self? Okay, make sure you guys do check out my channel for more content, pick a card reading, zodiac readings, positivity, and so much more. And without further ado, we'll get into it. I do have another deck here in order to use for clarifying cards, and also I do only have my Kuan Yin oracle cards out today and not the Love Whispers to choose from. So I do have two other oracle cards that I always use, but that's the new one that's coming in today. Okay, with that being said, Source, what messages do you have for the collective? Pick a card 1, 2, and 3 to help bring in their authentic self and more independence. What messages do you have for the collective? Pick a cards 1, 2, and 3 to help bring in more their authentic self and independence into their lives. What messages do you have for the collective? Source, pick a card 1, 2, and 3 to help bring in more independence and their true authentic selves. What messages do you have? Okay. What messages do you have for the pick a card 1, 2, and 3 to bring in their true authentic selves? What messages do you have for the collective? Pick a card to bring in more their authentic self. For pile number 1, how can they bring in more their authentic self? Thank you. Pile number 2, how can they bring in more of their authentic self and independence? What messages do you have for pile number 2, Source? Okay, I hear this one. And what messages do you have for pile number 3 to help bring in their most authentic self and independence? Thank you. Okay, what other messages do you have for pile number 1, Source? Messages for pile number 1. Thank you. Okay. What other messages do you have for pile number 2 to help bring in their most authentic self and independence into their lives? Pile number 2. What messages do you have for pile number 2? Okay. What messages do you have for pile number 2? Wow, okay. Thank you, Source. Okay. What other messages do you have for pile number 3 to help them be their authentic self and bring in more independence? Pile number 3, Source. Whoa, okay. Thank you. Cards flipping over here. What other messages do you have for pile number 1 to bring in their authentic self? Okay, thank you. What other messages do you have for pile number 2? Thank you. And what other messages do you have for pile number 3? Pile number 3 to bring in their most authentic self. Thank you, Source. All right. Okay. All right, and then I'll pick one of these out for you guys to choose from. What Earth Magic card for pile number 1? One card, please. What Earth Magic card for pile number 1? What Earth Magic card for pile number 1, Source? Okay, you guys have Full Moon Completion. Okay. And for pile number 2, okay, you guys have Eagle Communion. And for pile number 3, Source. Okay. You guys have DNA Karma. Okay. Just take a deep breath, close your eyes, pause the video, think about yourself, being your authentic self, bringing in independence to you, and then when you're ready, come back and choose between pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. All right, let's move these out of the way. Okay, so for pile number 1, those of you that chose the Full Moon Completion, How can you bring in your most authentic self and some independence? Okay, so we have the Judgment in the reverse. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, and we have the Knight of Wands in the upright. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, a Scorpio, or a Leo. Does not have to be, but that is what's coming in. I do want to get one clarifying card for the Judgment in reverse. May please have a clarifying card for the Judgment in reverse, pile number 1. May please have a clarifying card for Judgment in reverse. Okay. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. All right, so you're not wanting to heal yourself for a reason. It's like addiction, right? There's an addiction that's coming through here. It could be an addiction to a way of being treated. It could be addiction to, you know, people. It could be addiction to having things a certain way. There's a little bit of spiritual emptiness here. You know, when we have the Nine of Cups, it's talking about your fulfillment and happy, like happy everything, right? Like happy everything that you have in your life. And balance, and you know, you've got the full moon completion here, so I feel like this is absolutely connected to one another. I feel like the thing is that in this new moon, if you guys are in the new moon energy, whatever's happening in the next few weeks, okay, what's going on is like you're in this energy of realizing what your addiction is. So I am getting turned on that this is to sex. This could be to having a partner. This could be to having a certain person in your life, or to arguing. The argument, sense of argument here. And a sense of defeat. Okay. And let me get one clarifying card for this Nine of Swords in the reverse. May I please have a clarifying card for the Nine of Swords in reverse? Clarifying. Whoa, okay. Whoa. All right, hold on just a second, guys. That went all the way down here. Okay, yeah, I had to crawl under the table for that. It was the Six of Cups in the upright. So, I see. You're having inattention to detail here. It's addiction. So, with this Six of Cups clarifying the Nine of Swords in the reverse, it is in regards to love. So what's going on? How can you bring in more independence in your true authentic self? And that's honestly, pile 1, trusting that source has something planned for you. And stop being in this energy of not wanting to face reality. Like you're not wanting to face what's going on. It's like you don't want to face what's happened. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, heavy Scorpio energy again, an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be a Leo. It's just those are the energies that are coming in right now. So you're in attention to wanting a relationship in this time is actually keeping you from healing. There's like, you need to see the addiction with it. You need to see that your happiness is not in trying to chase this, okay? Like you're trying to chase this right now. And it's like your angels are calling you to just sit still. Be still. Be still is what I hear. Please be still. Be still and allow us to work behind the scenes for you. Even if you're not seeing what's happening for you, know that it is. And it's because you're afraid. Like you have this fear, this mental fear that's coming through of being alone. Like you don't want to be alone. But look, you have the Six of Cups. And this to me is like the most powerful relationship card in my tarot deck. It's talking about that beautiful, balanced love, that equal give and take, that wonderful energy that's coming in. And it's like two wholes meeting together and creating a path together, right? And that's the energy that's coming in. It's like source is here trying to tell you, like, we have this for you. We have this for you. And I'm surprised that this Knight of Wands didn't come out in the reverse talking about romantic frustration, but I don't even think you're romantically frustrated. I think you're just sheer afraid of being alone. And that's okay. Like, I get that. Absolutely. I absolutely understand that. But they're asking you in this time to trust the process, to bring this to a close. You have 9 twice here. Bring this situation to a close. So is there somebody that you're entertaining at this time that you can face reality and just say, look, this isn't going to work out for me and I'm sorry, to move on from? This is a situation you need to move on from. That's what Source is telling you. Like, just face it. Face this situation in its fullness. And this will bring in a sense of independence for yourself, realizing I don't need anybody to fulfill me. I can fulfill myself. Like, it's going to give you a new sense of confidence in facing this. I feel like you've been afraid to deal with it, and it's like you've been putting it off. So I completely understand, and as always, there's always one or two piles that resonate with myself. And so it's just interesting because there's a situation that has come in and you realize it's not good for you. This person treats you the same way as you've been treated in the past, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be a situation, it could be a job, it could be a place, but again, with these Cups cards coming out, absolutely, this is tied to your emotional being. Okay, with the moon, the full moon completion, this is saying that by the next full moon, wherever you guys are at, these are timeless readings, by the next full moon, you have to deal with this. Okay, and it will be completed when you face this head on. No matter what this person says, if this person goes off on you, let them go off on you. That is no way a reflection on you as an individual. That is a reflection on them and how they feel. But understanding that this person is actually a reflection of a past life. This person is a reflection of something that you have gone through and healed and spent time dealing with time and time again. This is a long time that you've done this. Like, there's a lot, you know, with these 9 of Cups here, it's like telling me that you've spent a lot of time building up your own happiness, your own individual well-being. And it's like you got afraid. You were afraid that things weren't going to happen. Maybe you watched another reading, maybe you watched another thing, or you got a message from source saying it was coming soon, and then you jumped the gun and pushed it. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting here. Like, I see a starting gate with a whole bunch of horses ready to race. And it's like you're the one that hit the gate before the bell went off, right? Like, that's what I get. And it's like they had to restart. And it's okay. It's nothing bad. It's just that knowing that you have something beautiful coming to you. Can you be still in this moment and be okay with where you are? And, you know, turn this into something of success, right? Like, when the 9 of Swords is in the upright, it's talking about winning against all the odds. It's like right now you're just stuck in a mental prison that you're just afraid of being alone. And I feel like this is the end of ego in regards to this, in regards to your relationship. You know, you have the Knight of Wands here, moving on, moving upwards, moving beyond this. It's like once you deal with this, it's like you're not going to be worried about this anymore. You're just going to have faith, and your passion is going to move you forward in life. And it's like, look, like both of them are looking towards the future and seeing the future from a bright side. It's like not being in this energy, you know, with this the Page of Swords in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. This is in your head right now. It's like not wanting to face it, putting it off, not wanting to deal with it. This is definitely a mental state. This is something you're not ready yet willing to deal with. And it's like they're just telling you, if you deal with it, keep your eye on the prize, which is a happy relationship. Okay, this is about being your authentic self. Well, part of being your authentic self is setting boundaries and standing up for yourself and realizing that not everybody is the best for you. And that's what this is. Like, this is so simple. It's impressive that this is so simple coming through, but it's the truth. It's like you're the one that's put yourself in this situation of not wanting to deal with it. And it's like, you know, carelessness. That's the word. Carelessness. Being careless with your own love. Being careless with your own emotions. And it's like clarifying the judgments, the 9 of Cups. Like Source is saying, you've already built happiness. Why are you going to go back to an old way of being? Why are you going to go back to an old belief? Why are you going to go back to this old situation when you know, I feel like your intuition has been harping on you. It's a weird word to say here, but that's what came through. Your intuition has been at you saying that, like, you know that this person's not good for you. And yet you still took the bait. Like, I see somebody fishing and the fish took the bait and it's a small fish. Throw the fish back. Throw the fish back. It's okay. Like, it's all right. It'll work out for you. It's not anything that you need to worry about at this time. Like, you need to focus on your strength. And you need to focus on your truth, and you need to focus on really, truly fighting that demon within you, that ego, the emotional ego, saying you're not going to find anybody else, because Source is saying, look, we're working behind the scenes. You just don't see it. You're already found peace and harmony and happiness in your life, and your independence is it's regarding you not going back into this lack of spiritual fulfilledness. It's not going back into this lack of mental fulfillment. Like, I feel like the person that you've talked to, they just talk to you and they always bring up sex, or they always bring up physical touch. And even if they're like not, there still are. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of sexual energy that's tied to this individual. This is another person. This, again, take it as it resonates. But what's coming through for me so strongly right now is that this is another person. And it's like you were moving beyond that. And yet what ended up happening is that you just, you know, it's like for a minute, you just wanted to feel something. And so you just were careless about it. Again, that word's coming back. It's like just being careless about it and not wanting to face it. It's like, I just don't want to face it, and I don't want to be clear about it, and I don't want to, you know, I just kind of want to be immature about it for a minute. It's okay. Like, it's not, you know, like, it's nothing bad. Don't take it as bad, pile one. It's just, it really truly comes down to that. It's like, it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. And, you know, it's like letting go of toxic habits. This is letting go of toxic traits. When you do this, you're going to complete this cycle. When you face this, you're going to complete this cycle, and you're going to move up and on. And you're going to be creative and fulfilled with who you are and where you are. It's like, that's how you bring in your authentic self. It's just by realizing that you deserve more than somebody who's not going to treat you with respect. You deserve more than someone who's not going to see the truth of who you are. Because I feel like this person makes you feel trapped. And it's like, I feel like you realize that, but there's also this energy, but I already said yes. Like, shouldn't I just fulfill what I said? And it's like, honestly, pile one, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. There's no need for you to explain yourself to anybody. There's no need for you to say, oh, you know, like, well, I just don't really think. No, just be like, you know what? It's just not going to work out. I'm sorry. That's it. Nothing more. You don't need to say anything more. You were kind, courteous, and compassionate with that. You don't need to say anything else, right? Look. We got song lines coming out. This has been a family curse for you, okay? This is you finally breaking free from the family curse. Your angels are trying to walk you through this. Like, they're just asking you to listen to them. Just listen to them and do this. Like, don't put it off any longer, okay? Like, it's so weird. I'm just saying, it's just so weird that this is coming out like this. They're saying not put it off any longer. It's like, face it and then move on. Move on and be okay with your decision. Be okay with your decision and know that they're trying to bring in love, and this is all behind the scenes. Like, you're already in a state of fulfillment. Like, for this 9 of Cups to come out right here, it's like the full moon. This is telling me you're in a state of fulfillment, okay? It's just that you had a moment of relapse, and that's okay. And Source is just pointing that out. Like, don't let the relapse bring you back into this energy of not fulfilling yourself and not feeling confident about yourself. Be loyal to yourself, right? Being loyal to yourself and to yourself alone, because you deserve that. You need to honor that within yourself. Do you want to grab? I don't want these to be too long today, because I honestly feel like they need to be short and simple so that you guys will get what it is that you need from it. I do have more in-depth readings, but today it's just about you. It's about finding out what you need to do, the next steps moving forward to bring in more independence and more. So I have frequencies on in the back, but the internet's being weird, so they're coming in now. So, all right. Yeah, this is, look, the Book of Changes on the bottom of the deck, number 35, 8, abundance, bringing in your abundance, right? Don't be afraid to change. We have the number 36, 9 again, 999 coming out. This is the dance unveiling. Let me grab the book here. Yeah, this is about you just facing this and letting go of what's not serving you. Like, really, what's not serving you is this person. I don't think that this person has your best interest in mind. They honestly have one thing in mind, and that is kind of just to... I hear trophy. You're a trophy. You are so amazing and so captivating and so wondrous, and your energy is so beautiful, pile one. They're captivated by you and they want to conquer you, and you're not something to be conquered. You're not something to be conquered. You're not something to win. Okay? You're someone that deserves somebody that's going to stand by your side, not win over you, okay? I feel like all your life you've been won over, and people really hold you on this trophy, like, in, you know, trophy wife, a trophy husband. Like, that's the energy that's coming from this. They want you as a trophy on their shelf. They don't want to keep you around. They just want the notch on their bedpost. That's what they want. What is it? Drop a heart, break a name. We're only sleeping in and sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down, down in an earlier round. And sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex. Cock it and pull it. Exactly. So this person has a God complex. Woo! That's why I had to sing that. Like, I couldn't figure out why they were making me sing it, but it had to come out. This person has a God complex, and they want you to be a notch on their bedpost. Go look at that song. It's Sugar, We're Going Down, Fall Out Boy. Read the lyrics. That's what this person is bringing to you, okay? So we have 36, the dance unveiling. There is a situation in your life that is about to reveal itself to you with greater clarity. Just like sand shifting, the picture will seem clearer and quite different to how it once appeared to you. This clarity will bring you great relief and confirmation of your intuition. What did I say? Your intuition was harping on you. That's exactly what I said. Be patient and allow the revelation to come to you at the perfect time. Often what we think we know is only a small part of the bigger picture. With some more information, and what we think is the truth can shift, sometimes dramatically, and reveal a completely different reality. Sometimes we really imagine a situation, a person, or a place to be all that we think and feel that it is, only to find out that it is not quite that way at all after some time and involvement has passed. There is an important situation in your life right now that is still unfolding, and you have yet to perceive it fully. It is safe for you to be patient and curious and to trust what you feel is unfolding now. Don't rush to set things in motion, to form a structure, or even to make things concrete until you've had a chance to be clear about the situation or process. Exactly. You said yes and you want it to be concrete, and they're saying no, don't. Like, just let it unfold. You'll see something. There will be a time in the near future when you will realize that the graceful cosmic dance of Kuan Yin has unfolded and a veil has been lifted. And at that time, you will realize that you are seeing much more clearly and accurately than you have previously been able to do. Only then will an appropriate course of action or non-action will be clear to you. Trying to apply effort to create results before that time will not cause the unveiling dance to unfold more quickly. Be patient and trust, beloved. Kuan Yin's dance of divine grace will touch this part of your life and bring you clarity. Go into your heart and listen for the music of her dance. This oracle is also confirmation that something you have recently perceived or will soon perceive is accurate. The perception that may have been something of a surprise, shock, or stretch for you, and perhaps you are not quite comfortable with its implications as yet, and so you are doubting the veracity of your vision. Be patient and allow yourself to get used to the new truths that are revealing themselves to you now. The dance of Kuan Yin's grace brings not only revelation, but also opportunity and resolution. Yeah, what did I say? It's by the full moon, by the next full moon, you will have completed this. You will have overcome this. And that's the thing. It's like your intuition has been screaming about this. This person is just like a cycle from your past. And it's like you letting go of this. Okay, you overcoming this. You're healing a generational curse. You also are allowing for them to bring in real love. This is unconditional love coming in. This is not this person's love. This is someone else. And it's giving you a chance to move on. And that's how you be more your authentic self, because you're going to be able to trust the intuitive notions that you're getting and not question whether or not you're right or if you're just afraid. Like, this is not fear coming through. This is a surety. Like, I feel like your higher self is like, you need to listen. Okay, like, it's not even rude, it's not even forceful or anything like that. It's like, this time I need you to listen to me so that you can begin to trust your own intuition in any situation. Like, oftentimes I feel like, pile one, you get an intuitive notion And the first thing that comes in is your emotional ego saying, I don't know if that's really right. I think you're overlooking the situation by a lot. Like, you're not looking at it, or you're looking too much into it. You know, like it's like your emotional ego becomes the voice of doubt in your journey, and you have a tendency to ignore your intuition because you're thinking that your emotional ego is your intuition. And it's like, that's the thing. I feel like you realized that this situation was no good for you, but because you said you were going to do something, you'd rather be a person of your word than to seem like a flake or something like that. And they're telling you, like, no, there's something more to this situation than you're not seeing right now. Being a flake is the only way to save yourself. And it's not even that you're a flake, it's just that you changed your mind. Like, I think that's hard sometimes. Like, we don't want to change our minds because we think we let people down, but in the end, if we don't change our minds, the only person that we let down is ourselves. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Look, I split the deck and the devil came out. Yeah, this person has some very ugly energy that they're very good at hiding. And I feel like they may have been truthful to you about the energy too. Like, that's interesting. I feel like they may have been truthful to you about the energy, and that they're like, oh yeah, you know, like, this is how I was at one time, but I'm no longer like that. And you being the nice person that you are, you want to believe that people can change because you've changed. But this is just saying that, nope, your intuition was correct about this the whole time. This person does not have your best interest in mind. They only want one thing from you, and as soon as they get it, no matter how long it takes, they're going to leave you high and dry and left in the dust. And they're not going to care if they hurt your feelings or not. They're just going to bunk out. So allow Kuan Yin to come in and bring that beautiful dance and show you, right? Show you that you are correct in the way that you feel. Okay, Pile 1, this is what I have for you. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. With that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. For those of you that chose Eagle Communion. How can you be more your authentic self and bring in more independence? Let me get a drink. Pile 1 was very interesting. So, okay. Starting out with the 8 of Cups. Okay, so the the Page of Swords in the upright. All right. Followed by the Death in reverse. Okay. Woo. May I please have a clarifying card for the Death in reverse? May I please have a clarifying card for the Death in reverse? Alright, we've got the 2 of Pentacles in the upright. And the Hermit on the bottom. Okay. Alright, I see what's up here. So, you have a family. A beautiful family. You have a beautiful family, and for some reason there's a lot going on right now, and you may be involved in a legal trial. Right? There may be some sort of situation going on. This could be a custody battle. It could just be, what do I hear? Okay, it's not a dowry. That just sounds weird, but that's like the picture I got was a dowry. So this could be like money related. Okay, and we've got coin here coming out. So yes, this could very well be money related. But there's something that's happening here that there's a lot of twists and turns that are coming through here, and you're not really balancing them very well. And what's going on is that you're so stuck in your mind, pile 2. You only think about this family situation, and you need to spend more time outside communioning with nature. Like this is doing like open-eyed meditation with plants, with animals, with, you know, if you got a dog or a cat, just spend time staring at your dog or cat. You might be surprised at what realizations come, right? You've got the Hermit card coming out here. This is like, how do you bring in more independence and more authenticity? You shoulder your family, pile 2. You very much shoulder your family. You take on the weight of their problems. And it's like, you don't want to use force when it comes to them, but there's this situation. It's like you're painting a picture to appear better than it is, or they're painting a picture that appears better than it is, and you're aware of it, and yet you're reluctant to say anything about it. You don't want to say anything about it, and you don't want to change. Like, you're in this energy of not wanting to transform your energy. You're in this energy of not wanting to listen to your angels. You're in this energy of just like, maybe if I can like skirt around it, like things will work out for me. And yet they're not. Like, it's just weighing on you. Like this page of night. Why do I keep saying page of nights? That's so weird that it's coming out. It's like they're trying to help you into night energy so that you can be more communicative towards what's going on. Sorry, my computer's making weird noises, but they want you to communicate more with what it is that you're doing in your life and be honest with yourself and allow that to come through. Allow that to be, and allow that to, you know, spread truth. Sorry, I had to fix that. And you're here shouldering your family. You're here trying to take care of your family, like peacekeeper. That's what I hear. You're the peacekeeper. So maybe you're not the one that's in the legal trial, but you're seeing your family fight. You're seeing your family fight over something. So, but this could be you trying to balance this with somebody else, a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. This is like you trying to keep the peace with everybody else. But like this card, when it's in the upright, it's talking about beautiful family relations. It's talking about that cemented grounding that you have, that, you know, wonderful connection between your family. It's like everybody's happy, but really it's like not. It's like, this is what's on your mind. Why can't we just be a happy family? And you're afraid to transform, and your transformation actually includes you stopping to worry about so much everybody else and really focus on yourself. This is how you're going to bring in more your authentic self and more self-independence. But you're concerned about doing this because you don't see the benefit, right? You see all these twists and turns. It's like, well, if I step down from being the support system in my family, what's going to happen? That's what I hear. It's like, what's going to happen? And Source is trying to tell you that the problem is that you're carrying everybody else's problems and you're not dealing with your own. You're not dealing with your own, and you have something that's weighing on you that's making you feel this way. Why do I get the sense? Like, I get this sense of yeah, so there's greed that's involved, but I get this sense of that you were the one that always took care of your parents when you were a child, or you took care of the ones above you when you were a child. That could be your siblings included. I'm getting this sense that you were neglected emotionally, and so it's like easier for you to paint this picture of your family that they're beautiful and they're wondrous, and show the whole world that there's nothing wrong between you and your family. And you're the ones that are like trying to solve everybody's problems. And yet, all the while, it's like you're falling apart inside, right? And so the Hermit comes in to remind you to go within, right? To go within and to bring this to a close. You are protected. You are protected. You don't have to hold this anymore. You don't have to shoulder this anymore. You don't have to be the one that's carrying everybody else's weight, because that's your family. Everyone that's come before you has done that for the generation prior. And so you have this Two of Pentacles here, this Two of Coins showing up, saying that you have a choice. Okay, you really do have a choice. You can either continue to be the one that navigates all these twists and turns in the family when everybody starts to blow up, or you can let it go and look into your own past. Okay, you can decide to change. You have a choice here, but it's like the more that you shoulder everybody else's weight, the more that you shoulder everybody else's problems, the harder it is for you to heal yourself. And that's what's really coming through here. You can't heal yourself when you don't spend time with yourself and let the light in. You know, communion, if you look at this, there's this Indian down here, right? He's a warrior, and he's down here, and he's stepped away from everybody he fights and goes hunting with. And it's like he's left his hunting party to go off by himself so that he could speak to spirit. And in speaking to spirit, this eagle comes down, and he realizes Eagle Brother is here to show him a message, to bring him faith and strength and resolve to all his problems. Well, that's what you need to do. You need to go and spend time in Mother Nature. It doesn't have to be an eagle. I mean, sometimes an eagle might come and visit you, a hawk, a falcon, whatever. And if it does, spend time staring at it and seeing what messages it has for you. But if it's not, can you go out and be around the birds? Can you go out and be around the trees? Can you just sit in open-eyed meditation with the tree? trees have messages for us too. You know, in shamanism, we talk about how everything has a soul and it's alive and it's going to bring messages to us whether we want to or not. It could be as simple as a rock, you know. I was walking one day, and I don't know why I feel compelled to tell you this, but I'm going to. I was walking one day, and there's gravel all around out here where I'm at in this place that I'm staying at currently. They don't have any sidewalks or anything like that, so it's just gravel. And I happened to catch this, my eye caught this stone, and if you look at it, it's like perfectly symmetrical, right? It's like a perfect oval. None of the other stones were like that, and it spoke so loudly to me that I had to pick it up so that I could put it on my altar. It had the message to me that out of all the imperfect things in the world, you are still perfect. Like, that's the message it brought to me, and that's why I feel like I need to tell you this, Pile 2, because I feel like you think if you make everything appear perfect, right, and symmetrical and even and whatever it is that you're trying to make appear, that somehow that's going to reflect on you. And what Source is bringing up is that this has nothing to do with you. You're already perfect as you are, but you need to start seeing that and stop putting everybody else's problems ahead of your own, because I feel like, Pile 2, you have a world of problems that nobody in your family and nobody in your friends even knows about, because you're too busy trying to take care of theirs. And that's what's keeping you from bringing in independence and your authenticity into your life. That's not being authentic. You probably sitting there, Becky, but I'm a people helper. Like, I like to help people. I like to make sure that they're happy. That's being a people pleaser. That's trying to gain something by pleasing these people, by helping them solve their problems without solving yours. To help others, Pile 2, is to help yourself. You have to let them go. You know, and I have a channeled message that's coming out. It will probably come out around the same time as this. If it does not and it comes out afterwards, just keep an eye out for my channeled messages, because I don't have very many out yet. And it will have its own playlist, so make sure you check that out. It's going to be the second channeled message on there. It's talking about family, and what came through is very profound. I won't go into depths about it because honestly I don't remember all of it. After I channel, it's just kind of like I close the gate and I don't remember it unless I listen to it again. And I really don't remember saying all that stuff. It's interesting. Like, the channel messages are very deep and personal for me, but I feel very compelled to tell you to check out my family channeled message that came through, okay? And I will have it marked. But this is you. Like, you're coming at this from a very immature energy. It's like this happened to you from your youth. You've always taken care of those around you. And in taking care of those around you, you've never taken care of yourself. And that's what they're saying. Like, they're trying to move you up into night energy. And that's why Death is here swinging his scythe to cut out this immature energy. Like, this is not your problem. That's what I hear. It's not your problem. It's not yours to hold. And that may feel selfish. And that you may tell me, I don't know what I'm talking about. But Source knows. Source knows that you're the one that's suffering because of this. You're the one that's holding on to everybody else's energy. And you're the one that's trying to keep everybody from falling apart. When at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to let things unfold as they're unfolding and not say anything. Like, look, you're the communicator in the action. You're the one that's taking action towards your family. And also your communication is formed towards your family. You're not focused on the future. You're focused on the past. But you're not focused in the past on the way of healing yourself. You're focused on the past in the way of healing them. Ritual. Bison. Isn't that strange that, okay, this is my animal oracle deck. This is not the shaman deck, right? And this is a shaman deck by some means, the earth magic card. It's a shaman deck. But that's the only shaman card in this whole deck, which talks about this woman, two men who are hunters from the old tribes, go hunting bison. And on this hill, they see a beautiful woman appear. And one of the men, he talks to his friend and he says, oh, I'm going to marry her. I'm going to marry that woman. Right? And they're like, he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I think that's the great white goddess. And he's like, no, she's too beautiful to let go. And so he goes up to her and he says, I'm going to marry you. I'm going to marry you. And she goes, oh, really? And he tries to kiss her. And in trying to kiss her, he completely disappears. And his friend was like, whoa, like, what the hell is happening? And she tells the other man, she says, it's time for you to respect those around you, including all the life around you, and I'll let you live if you promise to follow this ritual forever. And he says yes, and he like fell to his knees, and she disappears. Right? Interesting. So you have a man and a woman here, so it's like you're trying to keep people together, or you're trying to be the peacekeeper between parents, or you have a family yourself and you're trying to keep peace with the person that's in your life because you have children. You have, there's family involved. Like the first card out is family. And so what's going on here, it's saying that you need to just let things play out as they're going to play out. There's no need for you to be the peacekeeper anymore. You need to find a ritual for yourself. And this is the number 35 card, which is 8. So we have 8-8, which is talking about abundance. Right? This to come out. It's like when you find a ritual, then you'll learn of your own beauty. Swan. Beauty. Right? She has her eyes blindfolded. It's just to feel beautiful. You don't feel very beautiful because you're putting everybody else ahead of you. You're afraid. You're afraid of what's coming if you don't have something on your plate to take care of. You're afraid of what might happen, and it's like you don't want to change. You don't want to. Like, look, weave the future golden. They're like telling you it's time for you to start weaving your future with the things that you want in it. The number 44 card, that's a master number coming out. We have Maiden Magu, number 16, 7, 7, 8 on the board. 7, 8, 9. Right, let me read this. Number 16. Okay. This is, to me, very, very innocent energy. The Maiden Magu, goddess of spring. Okay, spring is about being the child of nature, right? Again, this childlike energy coming through. Like, you feel like it's your duty, but it's not. So this is how, like, listen to what this card says, but this is how you're going to bring in your own independence and more authentic self. Like, you're a very kind person, but right now you're being nice. And there's a difference between being kind and nice. And that's what's happening here. It's like you're being nice rather than kind, and you need to embrace kindness. And kindness involves being able to love yourself and walk away when it's no longer serving you. So the Maiden Magu, goddess of spring, healing, and transformation, brings you assistance now. You are asked to honor that light can come even from the darkest of beginnings. Beloved one, in fact, sometimes we need to enter into the unknown parts of ourselves to find what we need to grow in peace, creative self-fulfillment, and happiness. The challenge can be to trust that we will arise from the darker place again. Just as the spring always follows the winter, beloved, so too will any inner work with the shadow precede a beautiful rebirth, right? Finding a ritual for you to help you with that rebirth. This is finding something that you can do constantly that will get you away from this situation, whatever it is that brings you peace and happiness. Maiden Magu, an immortal let me try that again. Maiden Magu, an immortal expression of the Divine Mother of East, now brings you a special message from Kuan Yin. She guides you to trust that if you enter into the darkness of the unknown parts of yourself, you will emerge into light, reassembled and reborn once more. If you are going through chaos in your life because you are allowing yourself to grow, Maiden Magu reassures you that the order and light will emerge out of the chaos in due course. Have faith and keep growing. In order to grow spiritually, there are times when we simply must delve within and find our shadow. It is easier to perceive the effect of the shadow than the shadow itself. The effect of the shadow is judgment, positive or negative, of another that we do not think is related to us personally. This family situation. We may mightily admire or despise characteristics or traits in another, yet when such judgment arise, it is a part of us that is seeking to be integrated and expressed, trying to get our attention through our judgments. Noticing our judgments of others is the quickest way to get in touch with the shadow self, trying to grow and heal into our conscious awareness so that we become more whole and empowered and divinely delicious as we were always meant to be. This is especially so if you've pulled the Maiden Magu. Your judgment might be a strong reaction to a person who seems to be self-centered and self-obsessed. The shadow in the self trying to communicate with you through this judgment might be the part of your own consciousness that wishes to be more supportive of the self. It will no longer allow you to put yourself behind others, but instead encourage you to express yourself and take up your space with presence. Isn't that everything I've said this whole reading? Admiring a great talent in another with strong reaction or judgment, positive or negative, might be a part of your own psyche wishing to grow and express itself with similar confidence and freedom too. It can be extremely surprising exactly how many wonders are hiding in the parts of us that we are yet to know consciously. Sometimes there is anger, fear, jealousy, or shame wrapped around those hidden parts of self. If we can be kind, allow the feelings to come up and to pass without fearing them, then eventually the beauty underneath will reveal itself too. You're being guided by Divine Mother by Mother Divine Kuan Yin through the Maiden Magu to realize that there is a part of you within that is trying to emerge. You may have judgments of others on one issue or trait that seems to be more repetitive or noticeable of late. You are guided to sense what beauty within you could be underneath these judgments, trying to make it its way into your conscious awareness, bringing you more of yourself to enjoy and share with the world. Be patient and open-minded as you wait for your intuition to help you realize what is growing within you, triggering your judgment of another. If it is anger you see in others, it will be a strong growth growing in you. If it is manipulation you see in others, it will be a desire to be direct and own your needs within you that is growing. The shadow holds great beauty within, beloved, and there is no need to fear it. Maiden Magu's special blessing to you is to realize that you will soon enter the spring of rebirth with this process. Entering into the shadow self can feel like growing into a spiritual winter. It can feel dark and alone, delving into the parts of us that we might not prefer to look at too closely, allowing the process that is happening for you to bring more of your light in. Don't be scared. You might not have been ready to see yourself as an empowered, spiritual, musical, creative, healthy, or talented being in the past, and yet now you're more ready for this, so embrace it. Have trust in beloved Kuan Yin that these energies only seek expression when the psyche is ready for it. This card is also an indicator that if you've been working on a project, whether it be self-healing and shadow work or creative project, and are looking to work with children, rebirthing, or creative endeavors more generally, the time is fast approaching when this will come together as a new reality for you. So that just sums up the whole reading in one go. Like, you haven't been looking to yourself. You've been trying to take care of everybody else, and you're not expressing yourself. And the reason you've been taking care of everyone else is because you think that you know better than they do how to, look, 4 again when I parted the deck with 44 on the bottom. You believe that you know better how to take care of them than they know how to take care of themselves. And what they're saying, what your higher self is saying to you in this time is that really you know how to take care of yourself better than someone else would know how to take care of you. And it's like easier to project that onto someone else because that means that you don't have to deal with the dark parts in yourself. And that's what Source is calling you to do this time, to bring in your own independence and to live more authentically. Stop trying to be the life for other people and begin to instead be the life for yourself, no matter what that entails. If that means that you just have to go out and get away for a time being, then go out and get away for a time being. If that means that you have to find something else to create, find something else to create. This is about finding truth for yourself and not dealing with this problem that everybody else seems to have wanted to put on you for a time, and also that you have freely took on yourself. You know, you've taken this on for yourself, and that's what they're saying. It's like you got to be okay in letting it go. You got to be okay in not being the burden, carrying the burden that's not yours, and letting go of those toxic relationships that are no longer meant for you. Because I feel like that's what's been toxic for you this whole time, is just taking care of others and ignoring yourself. And that's what ignoring the transformation is. It's like when you're not taking care of yourself, you're ignoring yourself on the highest level, and then you wonder why nobody appreciates your help. It's because you can't even be there for yourself. So you're asking someone to appreciate the love and the kindness that you're giving that you yourself can't give to you, right? And that's where it comes from. So I hope that this helped, and I brought you some guidance and some light and some love. And I know you guys can do it. I have faith in you. So with that being said, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below so you always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, and I'm moving on to pile number 3. I was selected to lead, not to read. For those of you that chose DNA Karma, I need a drink. This is how can you bring in more independence and authenticity. We have the King of Swords in the upright, Strength in the upright. Okay, and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Wow. This is interesting energy. Interesting. Let me get a clarifying card for this Queen of Swords in the reverse. May I please have a clarifying card for the Queen of Swords in reverse for pile 3. May I please have a clarifying card for the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Oh my lord. With the Tower on the bottom. Okay. How do you bring in more authentic... I cannot speak today. I don't know what my problem is. Okay. Let me try this again, pile 3. This is how can you be more independent and have more authenticity in your life. So... you're involved with somebody who may be pregnant. Or you may be pregnant. And involved with somebody. But what's going on is this is karma coming back, right? This is, so I don't want you guys to think this is bad karma, because karma is just karma, right? Like that's just, it's just consequences have, like actions have consequences. Whether they're good actions or bad actions, it doesn't matter. So there was an action that was taken here and it provided a consequence. And you could be a Gemini, a Libra, a Leo, or Cancer. Heavy Aquarius energy is coming in too, so it doesn't have to be, but those are the energies that are showing themselves. And what happened is that there was an action that was taken and there's a consequence, and the consequence is a baby. And you feel tied down. And you may want this, it's not that, it's just that there's definitely some fear that's coming by. This was a shock that came through, right? This need to face reality that came through, and part of the reality is that there needs to be communication. Is this a hidden baby, pile 3? Is this a hidden baby? Or if it's not, is the party that's involved, are they happy? Because I'm getting this sense that they may not be happy about this, that this is not exactly what they wanted. This is definitely interesting energy coming out. Like this is like being knocked off of one's high horse, right? Like this is the house of God. This is God coming in, or source coming in and saying, look, you need to stop being so high and mighty, and you need to come back to reality and realize what's standing in front of you. And what's standing in front of you is that now you need to take care of another life. And I feel like it's some sense that you wanted to manifest this, because we have the Magician behind that. You wanted to manifest this, but there's still a lot of confusion and worry and concern in regards to this. And see, with the 3 of Cups in the upright clarifying the Queen of Swords, this Queen of Swords, she looks pregnant, and you see she's like protecting a baby. They talk about that in this card. They talk about how she's protecting a baby, but currently, right, and the 3 of Cups talks about that extended family. This is growth in the family. You go from the 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. Now there's a baby involved. Right? So this is very much indicative of bringing in a baby. But the problem is that there's confusion here because you keep having repeated bad relationships and you're in this space of wondering, is this that all over again? But now I'm tied to this person. What do I do? What do I do? And it's like there's judgment coming through here. Okay? And the Justice card behind that is in reverse. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. So this is in reverse. Let me turn this over. This is in reverse. We have the Lovers in reverse. Somebody's being promiscuous. This happened because of promiscuity. Oh my lord. Pile 3. I'm not getting the sense that you are promiscuous. I'm getting the sense that there's a person that you're involved with that's not faithful to you. And that's what's keeping you tied down. It's not even the baby. It has nothing to do with the baby. I feel like you're happy about the baby. You wanted the baby. This is something that you've wanted for a long time. But there's somebody that's not being true to you, and this is you having to face that reality and find the strength within yourself to do what's right for you. And if you're keeping this child, which it's not for me to decide. Okay, as a tarot reader, as a person, as an individual, that is not for me to decide. I just want to make that clear on this video. This is for you to decide what you're doing. But there's a baby involved, and this is trying to find the strength to do what's right for you, this child that's involved, and realize that you need to communicate to this person who's not willing to communicate with you. For the Queen of Swords to be in reverse, this person's very cold towards you. They're not warm at all, and they actually talk to other people. Like, this is third party being involved here. Like, this is being out there, and they have a mother wound. They don't trust women. They don't trust the feminine side of things. They don't trust any part of this, and so they became... So I feel like I'm speaking to a woman here, even though, and I feel like you're the King of Swords energy here. It's like you're very settled, you're very open with them, you're very much able to talk about things with them. But the problem is that you need to face reality because there's bigoted judgments here. This person is okay, so behind your back, this person is saying that you are a cheater and that the baby's not theirs. Like, I feel like this is to my women people out there. If you're a man involved in this, then they're saying that the baby's not yours. Okay, like this, they're saying some really nasty things behind your back in regards to this connection, in regards to this growth that's happening in the family. This is very specific. This is very specific. So this may not be for everybody. Understanding there's a very specific message that's coming through here. But it's like, here's the deal, like all of a sudden the shock happened, right? The shock happened, this baby came, and they were like, holy shit. And what they knew that you wanted this. Like, you wanted to manifest this. But the confusion comes from the fact that this is not a sound relationship. They know it, you know it. Look, 6 and 7, but the 7 came before the 6, so it's like a digression. And then we go back into the 7 of coins here, wanting to create. Again, this energy of trying to create, but there's a lack of stability here. There's a lack of not financial stability. There's just a lack of stability. There's not an emotional stability here. It's like whoever you are in this connection, you're going to be very alone when it comes to this child. And I don't feel like you mind that at all. I feel like the child is a purpose for you to have unconditional love in your life. Like, it's very clear that that's coming through. And what you're not seeing is that this is you repeating karma in your family all over again. This is something that has happened in your family bloodline, and it continues to happen through you now. Okay, like, I was not going to pull this many cards, but they're very clear about this. Like, look, this is a relationship. You have the King and Queen of Swords here. You have the strength in the middle. I feel like you're a very strong individual. You could be a Leo. Wow. It's talking about strength and independence, right? Bringing in your authentic self. Well, your authentic self is that you're a kind, caring individual person, that you love to communicate with people. You love to be open. And you feel like you're open in this relationship, but this person is very cold towards you. They don't trust you. They don't trust themselves. They show that because they go off and they talk to other people. I feel like you're the one that's honorable in this relationship. This person could be a Libra. If they're not, they might have Libra moon or Libra rising, but they're very much displaying Libra traits when a Libra disconnects, disassociates from the world. They don't want this baby. They're not happy about it. They're not happy about the burden that comes with it. Not only that, they're not happy about the fact that now that means that they might have to stop their life of being on the side and doing what they were wanting on the side. It's like, no matter what they say, at the end of the day, when this baby comes, because I do feel like you're that person that's going to keep it. So pile 3, when this baby comes, this person is not going to be able to deny this baby, because this baby is going to look just like them. Just like them. Identical. And there's not, like, nobody is going to believe their word anymore. Wow, this is interesting. I'm not one that's usually to try and tell you what's coming from the future, but this is about your independence, your authenticity. I feel like you're really authentic in the fact that you wanted this baby. You're happy about it. You're very happy about it, but they're not. They're really upset. They're like, you have Libra energy here, a lot of air energy, Gemini energy here. It's like there's a lot of promiscuity here. We have, again, Aries and Gemini energy, Aquarius energy coming out here, Scorpio energy. And when Scorpios aren't happy, they're very cold and they're vicious. They're vicious to someone when they're not happy. I have a Scorpio moon. I understand this. But this is the moment. It's like you feel like you've always had repeated bad luck in relationships, and you're confused because you're like, here's the deal. I feel like you thought this was going to make them very happy. Like, this is building on our family. We went from being the 2 of Cups and now we're being the 3 of Cups. And this is growth. Like, when this is reversed, this is talking about neglect of a parent. But this is in the upright to clarify the Queen of Swords. It's like you thought that this person was going to be happy about this, but they're not. They're not happy about it at all. You're like, I've communicated that I wanted this. I've told them that I wanted this. I wanted a family. I wanted to grow our family. And the reason this person's not happy about it is because it means that they have to face how they've been treating you this whole time, pile 3. They've been unfaithful to you. They've been cruel. They've been unjust towards you. They've been vicious by all means. And they're fearful of this. They're afraid of it. They're being rigid towards you. And I feel like this has been the demon for you. It's like this has been taming the demon. It's like you've wanted a baby for a long time. This is, you guys saw, I didn't see these cards before anything. And you saw me, draw cards from clarifying cards here and flip over the deck. But all these cards came out. I did not draw this many cards for the prior piles because there were not this many. Look at all these mystery cards coming out here. Mystery cards confirming the mystery cards. When I do Libra readings, I put out these 2 cards. When I do a Gemini reading, I put out these 2 cards. Right? So 11, it's talking about doing it. Like, just do this. Do this for you. Don't worry about if this person's going to be involved or not. I feel like there's a huge part of you that's wondering if this person's going to run. Do they have another child? And do they not take care of that child? And if they do, was it you that forced them to take care of this child? Ooh, wow. I'm sorry, like, just the energy that's coming through is so strange. Whatever, at the end of the day, you're the one that really rules this relationship. You're the one that really controls this relationship. Not in a bad way. It's like they just don't have a say because they don't care that deeply about the relationship. So how do you find your independence and your strength? Do what's best for you. Don't worry about what's best for them. Just forget it. If they haven't already shown their true colors, they're going to show their true colors. And the true colors in this is that they're confused that you got pregnant or that there's a baby involved. They're confused. Like, they're like, whoa, what the hell? Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't ever going to happen. Like, we had determined that this wasn't going to happen because of whatever situation it was. Maybe you're at that age where people think you shouldn't get pregnant, or maybe there's been medical history, or maybe there's been birth control or measures taken, and then all of a sudden, not everything is 100%, but sometimes people act like it is. It's interesting. A baby will come when a baby's meant to come, y'all. And this was, woo, this took them out their feet. They were like, holy shit. And I think when you told them, it was like, maybe they weren't as happy as you thought. And that's what left you in confusion. And that's what gave you this energy of like, wow, is this just another failed relationship? But it's almost like you don't care because you've wanted this child for so long. Like, this is your manifestation coming to reality. You've waited for so long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, the energy, this is like a headache and a half. Like, holy moly. It's like you're so strong and you're very intelligent in the way that you see things. And it's like you've really shut yourself off to seeing this person's true colors. And out of all of that, you really thought that this was going to make them happy. Because this is making you happy. This is making you like, the energy I get from you, it's like, this is what you've waited for your whole life. To have a family of your own. How do I tell you to be more authentic? Honestly, pile 3, you have to take a look at this person and see if they're the best for you. And don't be afraid. If you have a child with them, don't be afraid to consider not putting a child through a situation where you guys are constantly arguing, and putting them through a situation where you don't trust each other, putting them through a situation where they may repeat the same thing that you repeated from your own family. That's where your strength and authenticity comes from. You're a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person. And I don't, in any way, shape, or form, I have so much respect for you right now, because I feel like you do not care how this person is, because you finally got what you've been asking for, and that's a child in this. And I have so much respect for you, because your main concern is this baby. And you know what? The baby should be. You now have somebody who you can love and you can put all your love onto. And if you are a Leo, whew, my brave hearts, but you all are also ruled by your intuition, and understand that when your Ajna chakra starts vibrating, listen to it, listen to what it's saying, because this person, like, you don't want to see that this is a bad relationship for you. The way they had me lay out these cards, it's interesting. I wasn't even thinking about it. I just put them down as they were talking to me. It's like, you don't want to see that this has shocked this person. But this person does not think very highly of you by any means. And I'm so sorry. And I'm so sorry, because if they only saw or felt the energy that I feel right now, they would know that you're worthy of all the love in the world. And yet, they don't want to give it to you. They just want to act cold towards you, because this is not anything like what they wanted. I feel like they enjoyed their freedom when it came to you. And now, because of there's a baby involved, it's like I have to choose. And they should have done this a long time ago. If you guys were involved, they should have done this a long time ago. You guys are a pair. This is like a marriage, right? Even if you guys aren't physically married, this is like a long time relationship. The king and queen. The king and queen. Same sex. It doesn't matter. Whatever your sexual orientation is, this is the king and queen. This is divine masculine, divine feminine. But you're the one that's carrying the masculine energy here. It's like you're the one that's always taking action. You're the one that's always doing what's best for you. It's like you're the one that's always trying to do what's best for this connection. And they're the ones that's the feminine running away from it, because they can't be kind to you. They can't show you kind. You know, that's the other thing. You guys may be a masculine zodiac sign and they may be a feminine. So they could be earth or water, and you could be fire, air. This doesn't happen very often, where the queen and the king come out together of the same suit. This is the same suit, guys. This isn't even a different suit. This is the same suit. And then we have the clarifying cards of both these energies coming out together, both in the reverse. Lovers in the reverse. The 6 of Cups in the reverse. This is my relationship card in my deck. This is talking about equal love, equal give and take in love. And when it's in the reverse, it's talking about repeated bad relationships. And for you, I feel like if you're the woman, the one who's pregnant, okay? And this is not going to resonate with everybody, but just understand. Because for the men, or for the ones that aren't pregnant, it's excitement for you, right? Like, it's just excitement. And for those of you that are the one that's pregnant in this situation, you're confused because you're like, I thought this was going to make them happy. And see, your manifestation was the baby. And in the baby coming, it also manifested this House of God moment. Look at you over here looking at it. Look, doesn't the magician look like the King of Swords? Right? And the Queen of Swords looks like the young lady in this picture. This is confusion, because you're like, I thought this is what was keeping us from being happy this whole time. No, what's keeping you from being happy is that you have to find happiness on your own. And the baby's not even your happiness, pile 3. It's a happy reason, and it's something absolutely to celebrate. Absolutely to celebrate. This is about you learning to find happiness within yourself and realizing that a relationship and a family is not what brings happiness in this world anymore. It was just a mirage. The whole thing was a mirage. It was false. Look, isn't that interesting? You guys picked that, and I just shuffled this deck, and on the bottom we have the snake card coming out. You have a heart of gold. You mean well by everything you do. 43-7. I feel like I need to take this out. I feel like you need to really focus more on yourself so that when you have this child, you can teach this child to focus on themselves so they don't get stuck in these situations anymore. These unhappy marriages, these unhappy relationships, people who don't want to be together. Look, you have the Wolf card, Authenticity, coming out. This is talking about how to be authentic. Well, how to be authentic is to really embrace 7-8, 43 and 17, like 7-8. Like, this is about you moving beyond this relationship and finding what makes you happy. What can you bring into your life, even while you're pregnant, even while you're waiting for this baby to come? It doesn't matter. What can you bring into your life that's going to bring you happiness beyond this child? You can't put all of your happiness into this child and expect things to turn out okay, because it's not. Because one day this child will grow. One day this child will move on. And you want that. Like, you as a parent should want that. Right? So what can you do to really focus on yourself? What do you like doing? Do you like to paint? Do you like to write? Do you like to dance? Do you like to sing? Do you like photography? What do you like? What do you like? Because there's something here that's waiting to be expressed within you, and you need to begin expressing that so that when your child comes, you can teach your child to be okay with who they are. Because if you're not okay with who you are, you cannot teach your child to be okay with who they are, because it's like you're asking them to do something that you were never okay with doing yourself. That's crazy. We've got the 23 card coming out. The Radiant Moon of Compassion. And then on the bottom, we have the Daughter of the Phoenix. Yeah, you need to rise up out of the ashes like the phoenix you are. When you find the truth of who you are, this person is going to see you in a different light entirely. But I feel like you've given them so much. And you keep giving to them. And you keep hoping that that's going to change things. And they just see it as basically you're their servant. And with this baby now they have to stop receiving from you, because who are you going to give all the attention to? Of course, the baby. Of course you would. Of course. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying, of course, that makes perfect sense. You should be giving it to the baby. This is so specific. So for those of you that intuitively chose pile 3, this should be for you, because this should be a situation that you may be going through. For those of you that chose it just because you chose it and this is not what you're going through, please look at one of the other 2 piles. This is a very specific reading. This is deeply specific, okay? And this is scary. This is scary, because a baby should be something that everybody celebrates, and not everybody is happy. And so if this person was ever telling you, oh, baby's what's going to bring happiness into our relationship, well, they were lying through their teeth, because they really thought that there was never going to be a pregnancy. So, Radiant Moon of Compassion. Kuan Yin sits upon a radiant moon of compassion, pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into the vibration of freedom, love, and peace, where you naturally belong. This scares you that this person's not happy about this. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? I can see that. You're being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down. Everything I've been saying, this person is not going to be happy even when this baby comes. They're not going to just suddenly change their mind. Beloved, you are currently challenged by lower vibrational energies. This is not bad. In fact, you have called this situation to you so you may grow spiritually, overcoming those family curses, right? Kuan Yin is with you to ensure that you are victorious. These energies of challenge may appear to be external in the form of a person, place, thing, or situation, or a current or past relationship. They may appear to be internal in the form of a habit of self-doubt, self-judgment, or the judgment of criticism of others. You can either choose to allow these energies to pull you down into fear and judgment, or you can choose to grow spiritually through the practice of compassion and liberate yourself into greater peace, love, and freedom. Kuan Yin shines through her radiant moon of compassion, reaching to you to allow her to nourish and lift you, to help you as you choose to rise above and grow spiritually stronger as a result. Compassion does not mean becoming a doormat or indulging in the emotional sufferings or even the manipulations or games of another may seek to play from a partially aware and wounded state. That's like everything I've said in this. Like, you're aware of what's going on, but this person is not. Like, they've just been playing games with you, and the games are not they're not pretty. They're not pretty at all. It does not mean collapsing into sympathy and seeking to rescue another from their own life choices or experiences. Compassion is recognition of the power of all souls to co-create their life experience. Compassion is also the recognition of the struggle that humankind can experience in the process of spiritual growth and a gentle, loving compassion for all of humanity. Not from a position of spiritual arrogance, but from a position of kindness and generosity of spirit. Compassion aligns you back to your soul light, to your own spiritual power, and lifts you to freedom. Allow the beloved mother to shine her radiant moon of compassion in your heart now to help you free yourself from judgment and back into wisdom, discernment, and peace. You deserve no less, beloved. This is perfect for everything. I feel like this person has put you in a state of confusion and fear and doubt because why didn't this baby make them happy? Why didn't this bring joy into their lives? Why didn't this bring what was supposed to be brought this whole time? And it's because they're reliving something from their past the same way that you're reliving something from your past. And this was manifested. This was manifested. You're asked to bring in some sort of creation into your life, right? You have 7, 8. We have 7, 8, 9 on the board. 7 coming out a lot here. 6, 7, 8. Let's see. 7 back here. Yeah, you guys need to find luck in your life, but luck will only come when you change what it is that you're currently doing. And so Kuan Yin is asking you to really embrace this compassion within yourself and let yourself to expand. Regardless of what happens with this person is not true to you. Whatever happens with this person, it doesn't matter. You're in a place of happiness because of the situation that has happened, because you brought this child. And the thing is that now you have to allow yourself to see that there's more authenticity within yourself to show this person, this child that's in your life, the truth of life. And that is to find peace. To find peace within yourself so you can teach them peace within themselves. It doesn't matter about the other party that's involved in this now. And it's like not worth fighting to try and keep this situation from falling apart. What you need to do now is let your intuition come forth. And like I said, if you're a Leo in this situation, you're ruled by Ajna, which is the third eye chakra. And the third eye is your intuition. I feel like you've known this for a long time. And it's just scary to see it actually become realized right in front of your face. But this person, they either are promiscuous and they have relationships on the side, or what they're doing is talking to people behind your back. And when they talk to people behind your back, they spread nasty rumors about you. Right? Justice is talking about bigoted assessments, right? Doing something and judging others for doing the same thing. So that's why I asked, did they have a relationship before? Because if this person had a relationship before, then they're judging what they're doing, and they're doing the same thing that they said was going on in the relationship before. Like I asked, did they have a child before? Well, if that person left with the child, then they're doing the same thing now. And I don't feel like the stories that they told about this person in the past is actually true. I feel like they're just trying to cast off the darkness from their own shoulders to put into play that they were the ones that were innocent, and really in reality they're not the ones that are innocent in all of this. You are. You're in your upright strength, you're in your upright position, you're in your power, and this person is not. They're coming from a place of hurt, and they're coming from a place of being cold, and they're coming from a place of wanting you to suffer because they feel like you're the one that brought down all holy hell in their lives, and you're not. It's just that, again, you're both living out karmic energy, right? repeating those things that were in your family's past. You both are living that. And they don't want to see that. They want to blame somebody because they can't take accountability for their own actions. And that never, ever, ever reflects on you, pile 3. Not at all. This person has to take ownership for their own actions in this, and they don't want to. They want it to be your fault. And especially if you're the one that's pregnant in this, they want it to be your fault because, oh, well, they went and slept with somebody else and got pregnant because this whole time we were together, nothing happened. No, like this energy is absurd. This energy is very childish, it's very immature, this is not what a child needs to grow up in. This is what you need to start to determine, because this blew up their lives. This situation blew up their lives. It made you happy and it blew up their lives, and you thought it was going to make them happy and it didn't. And so this is about you finding the compassion to see the situation for what it truly is and go and learn that it's okay for you to live your life. I feel like this is everything you've ever wanted was a baby, an extended family. It's everything you've ever wanted, and it's finally come true, but this person doesn't want that. This person's never wanted that. They really thought that they were going to have their way with you their whole life, and now they don't, and they're not sure what to do about it. It's disheartening. Your guys' was the longest pile, but it's really disheartening because there's a lot of just negative energy coming here. It's like the only energy that's happy is the fact that you're extending your family. Rather than that, they don't want to be in this relationship. They're confused by this whole thing, and they're off wandering around and being unfaithful. So I wish you the best of luck, pile 3, because this is something to help you grow spiritually. And when you overcome this, you're going to be stronger than you ever imagined, right? You're going to embrace your strength, and you're going to be stronger than you ever could have imagined. And you're going to be able to see things before they happen. And that's going to help you navigate life, especially with this new baby on the way. And I wish you the best of luck. So with that being said, this is all I have for you. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below so you always know when the next video does go live. And make sure you check out my channel for more content. Pick a card readings, zodiac readings, positivity, and so much more. The goal of my channel is to help you live your true, authentic self. And with that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.